Yes, I am Denise Fitzpatrick, advocate for the mentally ill. I'm an advocate for the homeless. I am an advocate for equality then, and I am a fighter for civil rights. And I just think about how and what the condition of this world is in. It is just like the Bible says, though. People say they don't believe the word of God or they don't think God is real. Of course, the Bible says the man that says there's no God is a fool. And I look at the creations and the sun, the moon, and all, and I think, well, how did that happen to just come to be? Or did someone have to design it? Anytime something is, like when I look at this chair right here, I know that if it is been made, it had to be made by somebody. This chair didn't just jump up and be here. Somebody worked on it in a shop somewhere, and a furniture factory, and this was made. So, you know, I think about the stars and the moon and all of that, and I think, well, so it just happened then? Or did it have to be created? So I'm going to talk on that too much right now. The main thing is to know that there is a creator. And I look at the condition of the world, the things that people are doing and going on. Then I look at the Bible, which is thousands of years old, and it's just like everything is said is exactly what we see. So that lets me know that there's fulfilled prophecy. There's things going on. It's exactly what's there. And for someone to say that they don't believe there's a God or there's no God is, you know, quite senseless. I look at the protest and the racism, and I hear people talking about making it great again and all of that, and making it great again. Making it great by who? Again, I made this statement the other day on a video that I was walking and I was making, that the very ones that are saying make it great again are the ones that are causing it not to be great. Now, it's going to be great, but it's going to be great, of course, there's going to be a lot of things have to change. The wicked's going to have to be destroyed in order for it to be great. And that'll be a greatness that there has never been before. And as I said on the other video, the only time it was great was before Adam and Eve disobeyed. It was paradise. I said that already on another video, and I'm just saying it now just to reiterate that make it be great again. I want people to really understand that this time that we are in, as I said, what is going on is prophecy. And these things have to come to pass. I look for a time on earth when there will be no more suffering and pain. But of course, that is also spoken about in the Bible. That is coming, but it's coming after the Battle of Armageddon, after people, the wicked, are destroyed. And there will be, then it'll be great. We're talking about great. And I look around, and as I, you know, when I'm on my videos in Facebook, YouTube, I'm thinking, I would like to, you know, reach people that really want to do their part at helping others. I think about it all the time because I know that that's what it's really about. It's really about helping others and looking at people, not the color and how much money they have and all this foolishness that's going on in this world. It's about a relationship with the Creator and helping others to come to know Him and showing love. And we know that that's how it's going to be, though. When the wicked are destroyed, it's going to be nothing but love on earth and peace and all of that. But things don't have to be so. I mean, you know, even though it's prophecy, what's going on, we don't have to. Still, we don't have to hate. We have to come to know what love is, and we can do that now in order to be able to see that time when there will be no more sufferings, killing, and all of that. I keep an eye on the things that are going on because the Bible says keep on the watch. And, you know, I sit back and I just see people talking and making speeches, and I hear people, you know, making a bunch of empty speeches because, again, they are talking about nothing. A bunch of loud nothing. I was listening to Al Sharpton earlier about the he spoke about the Juneteenth celebrations that was going on all over. And he said a whole bunch of people loud, want to be seen, pointing fingers and really motivational speaking and all that stuff, and actually talking about absolutely nothing. Because when your message is hate and name calling, and I think about the characteristics of the devil, and the Bible speaks about his ways as the Antichrist against what God is and what God stands for. And we know that God stands for, love and joy and peace and treating people right and treating people the way you want to be treated. And then I hear these people talking about all this, talk about people and all of that. And I thought, it's a whole bunch of loud nothing. Because the God we serve is not into that. He's not, you say, the characteristics of the devil, Satan, and then the ways of God. You look at both, and you know that the ways of the devil is hate, greed for money. When you think about talking about people as though you're perfect, but talking about people and calling people names, and these are the characteristics of the world, the devil, the God of this system of things. The Bible says he's the ruler of the world. Jesus said the ruler of the world is coming, but he has got no hold on me. And I look at that, and then I look at the fruits of God's Spirit, and I compare that to the way these people are acting, and I thought, these people got the spirit of the devil, and I don't care how much money they got. They really think they are really doing something because they got a lot of money and everything, but they don't have a clue as to what pathetic shape they are really in, because it's just not about that. It isn't the way you treat people. I don't care how much degrees you got and how much, whatever, PhDs, masters, you name it. I don't care about all of that, but where's your heart at? Which one you got either, because if you got a whole bunch of money, and who are you helping? And God said, give up your riches and give to the poor. Whew, if I should have said that one, that's going to step on some toes. Give up your riches and give to the poor. How many people you see giving up their riches and giving to the poor? Most people I see, I know some people do, they donating and giving money and stuff. I'm talking these ones that got all this money and thriving for all this money, and you're going to do what with it? Keep it for yourself, aren't you? The greed of money, the root of evil, to love something material. That ain't going to work. It ain't getting you nowhere, none. Matter of fact, it's getting you, get you to death. It's what it'll do. It's more like it's a curse. If you aren't doing it to glorify God, the true God, and you're not doing it for nothing but to, some people think about how much money. I'm thinking, after a while, what can they do with all that? After a while, you got everything you want to get. You travel. I'm sure you got every kind of electronic you want, and every bit of clothes, and every bit of anything, the material, the money can buy a material. So after a while, you do what? And you don't help nobody. You got it, and you do what? Just hold on to it. And what? I think about if I had that kind of money, I would need to know that, to me, if you have that kind of money and you don't help anyone, you don't obey that command or whatever you don't believe or whatever it is, you really are that money's bringing a curse on you. It can be a curse for you. It becomes your God. It becomes your God. I can think of, I'm out here, and as an advocate, and I'm always trying to think of ways, without a lot of money, I'm trying to think of ways to help people. I wake up with it on my mind. How can I help someone that's home? What can I think I'm constantly thinking about all kind of things and different types of programs that I can create, or I'm like, I know salvation's free, and the main thing is giving them the truth. And I think about, I would like to be able to go to the woods and say, come with me. Come with me. Because the word still tells us to show love and kindness and give your rich gift to the poor and do others that you'd have them to do to you, for you. And I think of all that, and I think, I have a heart so big to want to help somebody else. Because I got sense enough to know that that's what it's about. It's about a relationship with the true God. It's about a relationship. It's about helping people, loving people, and you know, that's what's coming to. That's what's going to be great. Okay? I like to make this kind of a knowledge because I just hear so many people thinking they know what they're talking about making it great and about having all that money and all that, you know, not putting a hand out to help somebody. And I think they don't know really what is going on. They think they do. They think they know. They think they know. They don't know what they're going on, what's going on. All they can think of is getting a whole bunch of money. And some people, I just sit back and listen to them. And I know they're probably setting up some money, and they sit there and they talking about different kind of nothing, you know. Well, since they got all this money, you know, I'm so big, you can't reach some of them. You know, you might want to reach some of them and say something, or I'm so big, you can't even reach them. Because they're so big. They think they're so big, you cannot even reach them. Unless they somehow has got as much money as they got, they can seem like they can be in touch with them. But other than that, you can't even reach them. Can't even reach them. You might want to say something or say something on one of their shows or something. I ain't gonna call no name, but I mean, you can't even reach them. They're so big, you know. I'm not trying to talk about anybody because I would like to actually be able to have a talk show. But I like to have a talk show and talk about love and you know, and I like some of the talk shows I listen to, you know. I like some of them, but some of it is interesting and that. I just wish they were so hard to reach some of them. I'm like, ain't nobody that important but God, the true God, you know. So anyway, let me leave that alone right now. But I do enjoy listening to some of them. Some have some good talks and have some good people. And probably they're saying some things that are good. But so the main thing is helping somebody else and talking about the things that are good. I ain't talking about calling nobody names and stabbing people. We got enough of that. You know, and I hear people talk like that, and I think they need to get somewhere and sit down. Shut the heck up. Shut the heck up. Shut the heck up. Because you ain't talking about nothing. All you know how to do is pull somebody down and talk about somebody because you think you so big. Ain't nobody on earth that about that. Ain't nobody big but God. That's the one you need to be trying to please and look good for. All that other stuff and all these ain't nothing but some flesh. Ain't nothing but some flesh that's going back to the dust of the earth. And some people be living when this system comes, you know, that goes deep into, you know, but you know, I just want to say that's how they talk about people. You know, I look and shake my head. I said, I don't even know what's going on. All I had to do is try to get a whole bunch of money and stabbing somebody. They think that's good. That's what that's about. They ain't got a clue about what they doing, what's going on. They need to stop. But they don't know no better. They don't know no better. All they know is to hurt people. And they feel like if they've got a lot of money, then they can just do whatever they want. And God ain't thinking about that. How much money these people got? He ain't looking at that. Especially if you ain't helping nobody else. Oh, you know. I know I'm glad to be, have a heart that I have. You know, I'm really glad to constantly, when I wake up and when I feel for people and when I hurt for people and when I look at people getting their family members, not getting them there, but their family members getting killed behind somebody being evil, you know, and the sufferings on the earth. I look at the homeless people and I know that there's different groups of homelessness. You know, I know that everybody homeless is not a drug addict and not a thug who just don't want not to like that word thug. I hate that word thug. And I understand what they're saying when they say thug, that they're saying somebody that's low down or cursing or whatever. But, you know, I think people need to get away from calling each other names because it's, you know, you got your own your shortcomings and you're not perfect or anything. So, you know, you need to stop calling people names because who you think you are? Like you perfect, Mr. Miss Perfect somebody. You can talk about everybody else and call everybody names what they ought to do, what they ought not do. Like you just really got it going on. You know, you know, you think you can go way up to the top and you go way up to nowhere. And you ain't talking about nothing. Why? Because you ain't talking about nothing. You ain't talking about nothing because you ain't talking about helping nobody. You talking about nothing good. You calling people names and competing and oh, it's so silly. Hope these people learn, you know. Maybe they'll learn one day, some of them, that you don't stab people. Some people that try to help you. I think about people that people tried to help them and did help them, and they stabbing in people. That's so sad. That ain't it. You ain't going nowhere but down. You way up to what? Oh, you way up because your popularity and people looking at you, talking, and you on a whole bunch of... That ain't about nothing. If you ain't loving God, if you ain't trying to help nobody, you ain't nothing but somebody evil. If you're the devil's child, that's who you are. That's who you belong to, the devil. He got children. Oh, we're everybody God's children. No, that's not right. That ain't right. And you might be, everybody's God's creation. Your father's who you serve. Evil and all that, your daddy is who you serving. That's who you worshiping. That's what John 8:44 says, you're from your father, the devil. Because you wish to do the desires of your father. It said that one didn't stand fast in the truth, because the truth's not in him. When he speaks a lie, he speaks according to his own disposition. He's a liar and a father of the lie. And you out there telling lies and all that on people, making up stuff and all that. You're serving the devil. You're serving the devil. You a little bit of money and whatever you got, millions, billions, or whatever you got, you serving Satan. Is who you do, what you doing. Now that's the real deal. All these other talk about all this stuff, this political stands and whole bunch. And like I said, yeah, that's the mark of the beast. It's the mark of the wild beast. But you might not know nothing about Revelation. I'll leave it alone right. But you may not know nothing about Revelation. Because Revelation breaks it down, tells you what's really going on. And if you can get into it and understand it, you'll find out this is the mark of the wild beast. People need to look at people, okay? And I got that on some of the other big videos. And I don't care if I don't ever get on a talk show or ever get acknowledged or anything by somebody got a whole bunch of money. But I do know this. You need to look at people. And stop looking at color. I said this before. Stop looking at the race and the color and the amount of money and what position they got. It ain't about to be nothing. It ain't nothing. It really ain't. I feel sorry and have a pity on this time and people in this world, what's going on. It is a deep pity. You wish you could just, just sit down and just show people the word and try to and let them see this is what's going on, honey. Look at people. Hey, I was listening to Al Sharpton about the Confederate flags. And he's right. Well, these Confederate flags. No wonder you can't get no justice in the system, he said. You get legislative. Because they all in the people that done the wrong things. Statutes of them. What do you remind people about that for? It ain't good. It ain't good. And I listen to him, and I think he's a good speaker. I think that, as I said, me, him, whoever, nobody's perfect. But we got to look at ourselves and try to help one another to say, don't do that to people. Or sir, don't. I know this. I know that all white people are not bad. I know that. I even seen the Juneteenth. I was looking at that. I don't know why they don't go and say June 19th. Why did you say Juneteenth? I don't know. There must be some reason, something about it I haven't found out or understand yet. But I was looking at that and Juneteenth, and I was like, look at all these people of all races and all of that. That's how it's going to be in the new world. It's going to be a great crowd. It's a divided of all nations and tribes and tongues and peoples. Because God ain't looking at all that the other stuff. He is looking at their heart condition. He says, I don't care if I believe it. That's their deal. It's going to be a great crowd of people going to survive this wickedness. They're going to go on to the great too now. But they're going to be out of all nations. Check it out. They're going to be out of all tribes and all tongues. And they're going to say, salvation we owe to our God who is seated on the throne. All nations. Because God ain't no respect of persons, okay? He's not partial. He's looking at the heart. Look at the heart. Be nice if people could look at the heart. One day I said I was going to be here. I'll tell you that now. Look at the heart. What does it matter he's white? I said, white people come here early. Yes, they live next door to me, nice as they can be. They white. I got some blacks, nice. Good as they can be. Nice people. And I know some nasty, low-down dog black people and some nasty, low-down white people. Hello. So we need to look at the person. See, people. That's what it's about. That's what everybody needs to be talking about. Not about join the Republican. No, stay with come on into the Republican because they really. So everybody in the public is good, and everybody in the Democrats good. Everybody in the Democrats bad. Everybody in the public bad. Come on, give me a break. That's stupid. They got good and bad Republican. They got good and bad Democrat. People need to stop looking at races and looking at titles like that. Ain't but one title matter. And that's the one of Jesus and his father, Jah. Ain't no other title mean nothing. No way. Ain't no mean nothing. People needs to, the Bible says that people will perish for lack of knowledge. That's what they do. They're going to perish for lack of knowledge. It's not about all of that. Look at the heart condition of people. And the people that are telling you to change from one political party to another, and people ain't just as evil. Their hearts ain't right. I listen to them and talk about people. Dead people. People that fall asleep. No breath in them now. They are in the hands of God. They are falling asleep in death. And all of a sudden I listen to somebody talking about them people. That is one of the lowest, wicked, ugliest things that I have ever heard in my life. People, it's not even, then the family that's left, the grieving them, got to hear all that. And you're the one telling people it's going to be great. Come on. Are you the one telling people they need to do this thing? You need to do something. You need to do something. A whole lot you need to do. Because you got it all twisted, sweet cakes. Men, women, I hear a whole lot of people talking like that. I ain't calling no names, but I hear a whole lot of people talking crazy. And I saw, look at them, listen to them. They don't even know what's going on. This is evil. You're going to tell somebody what they ought to be doing. I like to listen to people that talk about justice. Brian Stevens, I was with the ACLU at one time. And I can't have a political affiliation. Got to be neutral. Because look at the people. People. God ain't looking at a party you belong to. He don't care about you, Democrat, Packer, none of that. Republican, or whatever you think, whichever your affiliation is, he ain't looking at it. He ain't looking at it. I listen to speakers like Brian Stevens and talking about injustices. Let's talk about injustice. But I listen to him and these people are talking sense to me. I know they are. They're talking the things that needs to be and change and just, they I don't know if they believe in the new world. I don't know the new order. I don't know. But I know that they're talking something. They're saying something. They're talking about treating people right. And they're against injustices. I am too. I am. I can't stand it. Because I know God said love what I love and hate what I hate. And you think God likes the way these people are acting? You think God's hung up on a political system of whether you black or white and people killing people because they don't like the colors and all that? He hates that. Okay? But I listen to Brian Stevens. Anytime I hear somebody's speech, and I don't honor man, like, I gotta, this is I gotta honor, no, I don't honor man. I ain't honoring you because you got some money, or because you got a whole bunch of this and a whole bunch of that material thing. I'm looking at your heart. Who you serving? Who you helping? Who you helping? All that fancy talking and all that. I am not caring about and don't honor an imperfect piece of dust person. I might say something good. I'm going to acknowledge the good when you say, but honoring you because you got some money and because you sitting on a talk show. And I'm going to honor you? No, I ain't doing that. I ain't honoring but one. Because you can't give nobody life. You can't give, you can't wake nobody from no grave. Because you ain't got the type of power. I'm talking about the one that got the real power. Hello. All right. I'm talking about the real power. Like I said, when I heard Brian Stevens and these ones, I like Al Sharpton sometimes when he thinks he says. I like anybody that's making some sense. And talk about some sense and what things is happening and needs to be changed. And of course I understand about the new system and all, but But I like to hear somebody, to me, that's talking about something. If he was white and he's still talking away, I like him, love him. If he's black talking away, I love him. I love people for people and not the color of their skin or their Democratic or their Republican. I know in the world I'm standing here and tell somebody to become a Democrat or become a Republican. For what? No. And I know what the political system is too. No. My speech and my talk is look at people, not race. I look at people that protest and how the officers got on their knees. That was nice to me. So, oh, it wasn't real. I heard somebody say something negative. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it wasn't. But it sure did look nice. You know, only God reads the heart. He reads the heart. And you know, when you look at people and you look at the things that they do and the things that they say, and all along I'm thinking, that person has got a good heart, or that person come to, but you ain't gonna have no good heart and be putting out evil. You ain't gonna do that. You ain't have no good heart and put out evil. But it shows a whole bunch of evil out here. And I sat and I read the Bible and I do research on fair housing, and I like treating people right. I like helping people to know their rights under the Fair Housing Act and those things, so they can stand up and so that I can know that I'm obeying that command of Proverbs 31:9. Stand up, speak out, judge righteously, and defend the legal rights of the lowly and the poor. That's a command. But don't nowhere in the Bible tell me to get out there and worry about getting somebody changed from a political party to another. I mean, God's not even in that period. Even matter of fact, there's a part in Revelation that said they turned their back on the Lamb and gave their power and authority to the wild beast. Yes, the political system, the wild beast. And there's an image of the wild beast and all Revelation. Revelation's deep. You know, and I'm not going to talk along right now because I do have to go on and do data, but I want to make that because it's always on my mind. You know, when you sit and you listen to people and you hear about all that and what they're talking about, and I say, listen to them. They need to shut the heck up. I don't use profanity. Somebody else might say the other word. And I know hell is not a curse word, depending on how you're using it. Because I know what it means in regards to the Bible, Sheol, Hades, and so forth. But I said, they need to shut the heck up. They don't know how ridiculous and lost they really are. They are poor, naked, and blind. They might be sitting on millions. Some of them get paid to do evil. That's sad, because you got to answer for it, tell you that. Every evil thing you doing, and every evil thing you talking about, and treating people, hurting people's feelings, guess what? Let me give you a little whisper something in your ear. You are hurting yourself, and you will pay for that, because what goes around comes back around. You ain't going nowhere unless you change your evil ways. What you sow, you shall reap it. So while you talking, you think you big and bad and way up in the popularity and in the eyes of the public is, you know, you all, but somebody saying you're smart. No, you're not. No, you're not. It's more about whose standards. Because you sure ain't pleasing to God. The true God you ain't. Satan's a God because people worship him. He's a false God, pagan God. You pleasing to him, yeah. But you ain't pleasing to the real God, true God. And you're going to pay for your dirt. Because every dog has their day. Keep hurting people and think you big and think you tough. Keep hurting people's feelings. Keep talking about people. People that lost their loved one some kind of way. Got killed by a police. And all other stuff. And you keep talking about them. And then people hurting and grieving. That's evil. But you're going to pay. You're going to answer though. Believe that. You keep doing wrong and think a whole bunch of money is going to help you. It ain't going to do nothing for you. All that's going to pay. Only what you do for Christ will last. All the money you got, all that's going to do you nothing. If you was to die tonight and all them millions, you go dead. That's all. And maybe you got your benefits, whatever, figured out who's going to get your money. Because you dead. And you're going to answer for your wrong. Trust me. You're going to answer for doing people wrong. You cannot do people any kind of way and not suffer the consequence. And I know when I was growing up, I was raised by, my dad said reared. I was reared by two of the best. And my dad said this to me. He said, what you sow, you should reap. A firm teacher, a civil rights fighter, a good dad, big heart, love people. I'm the youngest of 7. And then my mother, on the other hand, was a country girl. She would, wherever she went, people loved her. She'd go to a grocery store and start talking to people like she'd been knowing for years. And they was talking to her like they'd been knowing for years. They didn't know her, she didn't know them. But she was a good person. I was reared by two of the best. That's right. I was raised by two of the best. And I sit there and I think about my mother said this to me when I was growing up. Good woman. Wonderful parents. My mother said, you don't mistreat people. I said, yes, ma'am. She said, because you don't know who might have to give you a glass of water. The same people you out here talking about mistreating because you think you got a lot of money. You shining in the eyes of imperfect man ain't gonna get you nothing. It ain't nothing, honey. Better wake up. Find out something, because you're headed for destruction. You're gonna be destroyed because you're evil. You evil, okay? Goes around, comes around. My mother said, you don't know who much to give you a glass of water. Never. My book I'm writing. You might be wrote a whole bunch of books. What you talking about? Something? I ain't talking about nothing. When I hear you ain't talking about nothing. You ain't talking about nothing. I'm gonna shake my head. I shake my head. What you talking about me? Because I know what the deal is with you. I know who you're serving. My ways ain't like yours. I ain't gonna mistreat people. Talk about people. But I know I got an answer for that. Everybody got an answer for doing wrong. And everybody that holds the Bible and stands with the Bible in their hand ain't about nothing. Are you opening it up and reading and trying to live it? No, you ain't. No. You holding it for what? Showing I got a Bible. Devil knows the Bible too. You know it. But that's what I'm saying right now. My mother told me that, and I forget they teaching. I ain't never forgot they teaching. Then I'm in the Bible and saying the same thing. It embedded in me when I was a child. My dad used to have talks with us. Had a sister next to me named Diane. Diane would talk to me. She said, your time to go talk to Daddy. Back then I was like, oh dear, I gotta go talk to him. I don't feel like talking. But I had to go talk to him. He was talking about something. He was talking about love. How to carry myself, my morals, how to treat people. Mama kept saying that every time I looked at her and Daddy was talking, she was a good mother. He was the one doing all the teaching mostly. She was cooking, a wonderful mother. Daddy was doing the chastising, bringing us up. Daddy was firm. She would say he would cry if he had to spank one of us. He watched a movie one time and a donkey got killed. He cried. He was the one that told me, he said, stand up for your civil rights and civil rights of others. He said that when I was a child. I said, yes, Daddy. I will. He said, you don't know your rights, you have no rights. That was said by Chester Newton. I got it on my Facebook page. I said, yes, Daddy. Every time I heard my mother say, don't mistreat people, you don't know who I'm going to give you a glass of water. Do not mistreat people, she said. Because you do not know who may have to give you a glass of water. That's how I was brought up. So if any of you little evil people with all that evil talk and all that money want to say anything negative about me or what I'm saying, if you hear my speech, you go right ahead, because I know who you are and I know who I am. Believe that. We need to stop. Well, everybody can't stop at the time we're living in, but we can strive to, people change now. People change. Some people do and some people won't. But I tell you this here, evil will get you nowhere. The fruit of God's Spirit is love, joy, long-suffering, mildness, faith, love, kindness. There's 9 of them. Then the Bible says, but on the other hand, starts talking about on the other hand, that spirit on the other hand. What is it about? And all this evil I'm seeing, that's what's on that other spirit. Hate, malice, wickedness, envy, jealousy, greed for money, bad mouth and backbiting, all that stuff. On the other hand, but the fruit of God's Spirit is love, joy, peace, mildness, self-control, faith. People, y'all think this thing ain't real. What I'm talking about right now, because y'all may don't be atheists, whatever you say, you know, but I'm talking about something. Believe that. Believe that. I'm going to end this by saying this right here, that I said it over and over, and some things I'll say over and over just so can I reach somebody? Look at people not color. Look at people, and not whether they're Democratic, conservative, Republican, independent. Look at people. Not whether or not they got, look, you know, a whole lot of money, or whether they can't even buy a piece of bubble gum. Look at people. The homeless people, a lot of people look over them like they're nothing and nobody. And they're uneducated, a bunch of drug addicts and thugs. I was homeless one time. A lot of people think because you're homeless, you got to be on drugs. I ain't never used drugs in my life. I don't even drink coffee, caffeine. I don't smoke, I've never used illegal drugs in my life. But I was homeless one time. I was homeless. And I met a lot of people that were homeless that were educated, degrees, you name it. Masters, bachelor. I looked at a lot of people that were homeless that were good people. And I knew some thugs that were homeless, as you all call them. Some people call them. Thugs, they call them. I've been around a lot of people. And I have learned and I know that you look at people, not color. Not where they live. You look at the heart. Because who are you to talk about somebody anyway? You ain't nothing. All you gotta do is talk about people and run after money. That ain't nothing. Hope you find out one day that ain't nothing, okay? Look at people and not color. Because the God of this world, of this system, I'm not the system, that's the devil. The true God of the Bible, the creator, is not looking at your money. Bet you ain't helping nobody. He's not looking at that. He don't care about that. That's why he said, what's the profit of man to gain the world, lose his own soul? If that mattered to him, he'd let you take it with you, wouldn't he? He don't care about that. If you got all that and you ain't got no heart condition, all you evil, no matter. I ain't saying he don't want you to have nice things now. You know, I'm saying it's a worship. You know, I got all this stuff and you see people run. Come on, you know, we'll talk about this another time. But I'm going to go now. But I am Denise Newton Fitzpatrick. Again, I'm a fighter for civil rights. I am a advocate for the mentally ill and also the homeless regards housing discrimination. I am a victim of proven housing discrimination in a court of law. Why I defeated a government entity, God did. Because I was telling the truth and I hadn't done anything wrong. They violated their laws. What fuels my desire to stand up for civil rights is my love for God and then people. My desires to help somebody. If I had the money that some of these people got, I'd be helping some people, a whole lot of people. But I'm doing the greatest that there is, and that doesn't require money. It doesn't require money. What I'm doing is greater because I have love for people. It's greater than you, but you got a whole bunch of money you hate and you ain't helping, you evils. I am bigger than you. I'm bigger than you. It's not about what you think it's about. At one time, I was recognized by an executive director of the ACLU as an activist and a most key dedicated people power action leader. I have spoke in front of the city councils and all of that, and discussions, moderated discussions on homelessness, and I have stood up and I have spoke out. I have been through a lot in my life. I belong to organizations. I'm a witness of the true God, Jah. And what I want to do with my life, and I want to see a time on this earth. It's about being great. I want to see a time on this earth where there'll be no more pain, no more suffering, no more mourning and no more outcry, no more death. No resident will say that I am sick. The mountain will be filled with an overflow. All those in the memorial tombs will hear his voice and come out. The lame one will climb up as a stag does. Yes, the eyes of the blind will be open. I want to see a time on this earth when it's going to be great. Not again, but great. Yeah, it was great one time before Adam and Eve disobeyed. But I want to see a time on this earth when it will be great again. And that again means it, again, make it clear, that it was great on earth when Adam and Eve, before they disobeyed. Y'all keep thinking this ain't real if you want to. When Adam and Eve disobeyed. Then after that, sin and death passed to all mankind because of disobedience. Wasn't nothing new under the sun, the Bible says. So, from the time that Adam and Eve disobeyed, that was the perfect, great before then. It was paradise. Then from then on, they disobeyed. It's been all the devil kicked out of heaven. And all, you know, I don't know your Bible, if you believe your Bible, what it is, but I want to see a time on this earth when it will be great again. Denise Fitzpatrick, have a good evening. Goodbye now.